The crucial summit between Turkish Foreign Minister Mevlut Cavusoglu and his American counterpart U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo concluded in Washington on Monday. Cavusoglu revealed on his official Twitter account that he and his U.S. counterpart discussed the roadmap for northern Syria's Manbij and the conflict in Syria. Progress will be made regarding U.S.-backed Syrian Democratic Forces (SDF), which is a front for the Kurdistan Workers' Party (PKK) terrorists in Syria, Cavusoglu said after talks with Pompeo in Washington. Cavusoglu was quoted as saying that his talks with U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo were very successful, in noting that he expected concrete results on PKK/PYD terrorists. Talks between the two ministers lasted about an hour. The Turkish FM said that members of the press will be briefed on the meeting soon. Cavusoglu had said on Sunday that the implementation of a roadmap for withdrawal of YPG/PKK terrorists from the northern Syrian city of Manbij is expected to begin after his meeting with Mike Pompeo, after giving approval to Manbij issue in the east of the Euphrates River tomorrow, Monday. As two ministers, we will begin to implement it, which may be a turning point for bilateral relations. Cavusoglu said at an iftar fast-breaking program in Washington on Sunday. Turkish Foreign Minister Mevlut Cavusoglu has said the implementation of a roadmap for withdrawal of YPG/PKK terrorists from the northern Syrian city of Manbij is expected to begin after his meeting with U.S. counterpart Mike Pompeo. The roadmap on Manbij is expected to be announced following the meeting with Pompeo, which would focus on the withdrawal of the PKK-affiliated YPG terror group from the northern Syrian city and regional stability. Foreign Minister said the U.S. support for the PKK-YPG terrorist organization in Syria is one of the most important issues creating a dispute between Ankara and Washington. We strive for a political solution in Syria. We reject all efforts toward dividing Syria. We have been working as a main actor for the political solution in Syria with the Astana, Sochi and Geneva peace processes, he said. The PYD and its military YPG wing are Syrian branches of the Kurdistan Workers' Party (PKK), which has waged war against Turkey for more than 30 years. A strong Turkish parliament and leadership are needed more than ever to ruin evil plans in Turkey's region, the Turkish Prime Minister said on Monday. Binali Yildirim spoke during a Turkish Ministry of Environment and Urbanization event in Ankara, where he emphasized the importance of the Turkish presidential and parliamentary elections on June 24. In order to ruin the evil plans against Turkey, a strong parliament and leadership are needed more than ever. With the support of the people, hopefully we will pick Recep Tayyip Erdoğan as the first president of this new system. We will proceed with a strong parliament as part of our goals for a bigger Turkey and continuing stability. After June 24, the parliament's role will increase more, because the parliament will make law, Yildirim said. Turkey, Russia, Iran working to end Syrian war. PM Yildirim added that a strong parliament will contribute to a more effective executive and Turkey will easily achieve its future goals. Turkey has set specific goals and targets that include major improvements in the economy, energy, healthcare and transportation for 2023, which marks the centenary of the Republic of Turkey. In a live interview on Star TV on Saturday, Erdoğan said that if there is a strong parliament behind the president will benefit from a much faster decision-making process than in the current government system. The number of Justice and Development (AK) party lawmakers in parliament must exceed 300, Erdoğan added. Turkey will vote in presidential and parliamentary elections on June 24. Erdoğan has served as president since 2014, Turkey's first popularly elected president. Before that, he served as prime minister from 2003 to 2014. Should he win the June 24 election, Erdoğan would be Turkey's first leader under the presidential system, which does away with the prime minister's post, among other changes. Turkey, Russia and Iran are working to end the war which has ravaged Syria for over 7 years, Turkish Prime Minister Binali Yildirim said on Sunday. European Union countries, the U.S. And basically what we call the coalition forces think that they are not active enough in Syria. They say that Turkey, Russia and Iran are at the forefront, and are in a struggle to balance this. What Turkey, Russia and Iran are doing is not stealing the show but working to end this civil war and stop millions of people from perishing, Yildirim said. Manbij roadmap to be turning point in U.S.-Turkey ties Turkey-U.S. ties improving. The premier stated that Turkey and the U.S. are starting to understand one another better, and that the two countries were working together on matters of dispute. We believe that our relations with the European Union will enter a new era after the election. We believe that the U.S. understands this better today than yesterday. Their stance on the YPG-PYD in Syria, the withdrawal of the YPG-PYD from Manbij and our joint work to replace them with a Turkish-American force is indicative of this. Yildirim said, there is the matter of taking control of the weapons the U.S. provided to the YPG-PYD. There was no discussion of this previously. Now, the issue has come to the point of at least discussing it at a diplomatic level. The U.S. will understand is even better. We anticipate positive steps to be taken in the new period, he added. The U.S. has provided the Democratic Union Party, PYD, and the People's Protection Units, YPG, which are Syrian branches of the PKK terror organization, with over 4,000 trucks containing weapons to reportedly use against the fight with Daesh, despite Ankara's warnings that they are offshoots of the PKK, operation against PKK and MT. Matter of time. Interior Minister Soylu terrorist infiltration to be halted. Yildirim shared developments regarding Turkey's security, saying that only the construction of 30% of the border precautionary measures that are being implemented remained. We still have problems along our 1,000-kilometer border. We doubled our presence in northern Iraq. We have 11 base zones. Our aim is to eliminate terror without it infiltrating our territory and to ensure our border security. Yildirim said, in fact, starting from Hatay to IGDIR, we also have physical border security measures. Walls are being erected, electronic tracking mechanisms are being established, and we have completed approximately 70% of this work. Our aim is to control entries and exits and facilitate this only through the official gates. We are taking these precautions to protect the lives, property and security of our citizens against internal and external threats and to remove obstacles that hinder the development of the region, he added. Turkey PM, terror issue absent from opposition campaign. Premier slams opposition presidential candidate. Yildirim slammed Republican People's Party, CHP, presidential candidate Muharrem İnce, who had criticized Gen. Ismail Metin Temel. On one hand, you say if you become the president judges will not be required to stand, then you say if there is a situation you don't like you will strip epaulets. He aspires to Hitler. The independent Turkish judiciary is stripping the epaulets of those who brutally massacred people. It does not happen with the order of the president. Perhaps Mr. İnce is confused about the state of law, Yildirim said. The premier went on to defend Gen. Ismail Metin Temel, saying, Metin Temel was a hero on the night of July 15. I witnessed this myself. He exerted great efforts against the coup. He was one of the key actors in the suppression of this coup. It is beneficial to express it. He achieved undeniable success with the Afrin operation, and also with Jarablus. He is a valuable commander. New footage shows Fito bombing presidential complex. Fethullah terrorist organization, Fito, and its U.S.-based leader Fethullah Gulen orchestrated the defeated coup of July 15, 2016, which left 250 people martyred and nearly 2,200 injured. Ankara also believes Fito is behind a long-running campaign to overthrow the state through the infiltration of Turkish institutions, particularly the military, police, and judiciary. CHP is working for HDP. Yildirim said that CHP was working behind the scenes to ensure that the People's Democratic Party, HDP, achieves at least 10% of votes to secure seats in parliament. Turkey's government says the HDP is linked to the Kurdistan Workers' Party, PKK, which is listed as a terrorist organization by Turkey, the US, and the EU. These days, HDP backers have increased. The CHP is working behind the scenes to ensure the HDP makes the cut. Some voters tell me that CHP administrators and organization members have been telling them to vote for HDP, claiming that HDP must pass. CHP leader Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu says with great fervor that HDP must pass, so they are doing what is necessary at the base. Yildirim said. Turkey's annual inflation at 12.15% in May. Inflation to drop after election. The premier said that inflation would drop after the election. Inflation in Turkey rose 12.15% in May, year-on-year, the Turkish Statistical Institute, Turkstat, announced on Monday. The May figure was up from 10.85% in April. Everything that is going on is temporary. Some of this is manipulation because of the election, and some is due to global developments. I want you to know that our sensitivity regarding inflation and our commitment to pulling inflation down to single digits will continue. Of course, this will speed up after the elections. A current account deficit must be compensated for. We will work on this and have precautions taken. Yildirim said. In April, Turkish parliament passed a bill calling for early elections on June 24, cementing Turkey's move to a presidential system.